Hello,
Yo!
party people. We're back
again.
Back in the New York groove.
Woo!
We're here.
Back from the dead.
Back. Let's fucking go.
Sorry about last week.
That's okay, bud.
No time to reschedule that one. And yeah, I just got back from my trip and got down with the sickness. Ooh, So I didn't want to get anybody sick. That's why I didn't show up and I just needed a rest. So
No, absolutely. It's better that you did that than
get everybody sick.
Than coming here and getting Aaron and I sick.
Yeah,
we still had
that
a
was
lot
a sweet
of fun.
episode though.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was actually fucking interesting.
Made my morning this morning to listen to that.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Hell yeah.
Well, glad to see you're better.
Thanks.
Glad we're back at it. So before we dive into the meat and Tomboys,
The meat and Tomboys. Love it.
um,
I'm a potato.
Yeah.
If you didn't get that joke.
I've been getting some shit recently from the old Sublime podcast.
Okay.
They listened to the episode like a few weeks ago where we were talking about the whole like dwarf thing.
Yes. We don't know. Like, I think the third time we brought this up.
I think so. I think this is
for like a 1 minute joke.
Yeah.
Like what did you say?
Yeah. And here's the thing though, is that I thought when they were like yelling at me, I thought they were talking about if the whole dwarf versus dwarves thing was the issue. But turns out I've been saying dwarves like it's DR instead of dwarves like DW.
It's a pizzaism.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize I've been saying it this whole fucking time.
You have your own every once in a while. You get your like words that's all like just slightly off.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize I was saying it that way.
Yeah, that's why I was confused from the start. I'm like, what the fuck you said?
Oh, that's what you're confused on?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were...
That's what I'm like, oh, that's not how you say it. You say dwarves. And then I'm like, wait, did I say it right? What the fuck? It's a very weird word.
Oh, okay. So I thought we were both on the same page, and if it was dwarves with a V...
No, the whole time was
dwarfs.
You said that was the R in the beginning. Like,
yeah,
DR.
dwarves. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, how did you say that? You do have pizzaisms.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. You got a lot better with them, but
yeah.
So,
anyways, fuck those guys.
Love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the shout out. But thanks for listening and adding to it.
How about this, guys? Whatever you do not go and listen to Ineffably Sublime podcast.
Do not, especially the episode we were on.
Yeah, don't listen to that
don't
one.
Listen to their best episode.
You can listen to that one, but don't listen to any of their other episodes.
Unless you want to send them a bunch of like we like give them like minions like little messages and they have what did this guy say?
Yeah. This podcast is on all the social medias.
Yeah.
On all the listening platforms. So whatever you do not go listen to Ineffably Sublime podcast. You would hate it so much. In fact, you can write them emails. Find out whatever their emails or Facebook is and just tell them to eat balls and pizza bagels rules.
Total rules.
Yeah. Just do that. Do not listen to Ineffably Sublime podcast.
Just drop a pizza bagel rules.
Yeah, there you go. Go do that.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be like a shitty podcast war between the two of us.
Yeah. So it's been a few weeks since we've seen each other.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy lately.
Yeah. You were out of town for that Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, you were out of town for a little bit, and then I was out of town.
Yeah, where were you off at?
Oh, pretty much the entire Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah, it was were
you doing like your own mini road trip?
Yeah, mini road trip, yeah.
Okay, and what was it for?
So to get in the backstory of it, during like COVID and shit, I was getting like like when the heat of COVID, like lockdown and everything like that, I was going through like some FOMO and just wrote out a bunch of bucket list ideas. So one of them was to visit all 50 states. The other one was to visit all the Major League Baseball stadiums.
Okay.
So there's 30 of them. So not every state has it, but there's minor league teams. I'm like, well, I could combine the two and then just make it a whole thing.
Yeah, might as well.
So I decided I have not been to St. Louis in a few years. I have my buddy from high school there. And I have not seen him in probably 6 or 7 years now. So he had kids, and we don't live in the same state. His parents don't live here anymore; they moved away. So there's no reason for him to come to Cleveland. So we just don't see each other all that often.
Yeah, got
it.
Like
we'll text for birthdays, and keep up every once in a blue moon, but very rare. So I was like, all right, well, I haven't seen him in a few years.
Sending each other dick pics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, miss you, bro.
Miss you, bro. Thinking of you. So I wanted to go down to St. Louis, and then I decided, well, Kansas City's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this state's not that far.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing 6 states in 8 days and 3,000 miles of driving.
Holy shit.
Yeah. All by myself.
Dude, that's even wilder to do all of that just by yourself.
Yeah. It was I'm cool with doing long drives.
Yeah.
Kind of, but not back to back to back to back. That got a little boring, a lot boring, and
yeah,
a lot of Red Bull to get me through.
I can imagine.
Which sucked because by the time I got to so I went camping for most of it. So by the time I went to bed, it was either I'm so exhausted I just passed out, or I lay down and I'm wide awake because I drank so much Red Bull.
Yeah,
just to get myself awake. Which I 100% did everything to myself. I poorly planned it myself, or overly planned it, which is poorly not giving me any time to relax.
Oh, you big dummy!
I'm a big dummy. First time I ever made a big vacation for myself.
Yeah, that's wild. I've never done that before.
Yeah. So just kind of planned it out, and then just went from Cleveland to St. Louis. That sucked because I booked a stadium tour down there, a baseball stadium tour.
What does that consist of?
You can go around every stadium's a little different, but most of them are going to be you can go to the dugouts, you can go into the locker room. Sometimes if the team's not there, press boxes. Gotcha. It's just kind of the behind the scenes stuff. That's the stadium, which I'm kind of a nerd for. Every baseball stadium is different, so it's or especially all the major league ones. So they have their own special, whatever. Some of it's just a view. Some of it's when I went to Kansas City. They had fountains in the outfield, all sorts of weird shit.
Yep.
So it's cool. I'm cool. I'd get to bucket list. I went to the stadium for the game, went to the tour, but the problem was they only offered it at certain times.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm up against it. I'm all right, it's an 8.5 hour drive. Well, that means I have to get up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
3, 4 o'clock. But then I remembered they're an hour behind.
Oh, duh.
So I still had to get up at 5:30 in the morning and drive 8 hours. Yeah. So
pretty sick though.
Yeah, it was cool. I made a weird pit stop for the world's largest chair and mailbox, and it just happened to be one of those roadside attractions. But I just had to all right, next stop I gotta whatever the next next thing that has a gas station, I gotta stop.
Yeah,
just take a piss, get some gas, hit the road. And it happened to be one of those world largest this, world's largest that. I'm I'm already here. I might as well check it out.
Yeah. Was it impressive?
It was kind of impressive. I was oh well, that's massive. All right, cool. But there's no reason.
It's just a big giant chair.
Yeah, I took a few photos as I was driving. I'm oh, there's a mailbox. Cool. I don't I'm not gonna stop for it.
Mm-hmm. What about would you eat anything sweet in St. Louis?
No. Oh, see, here's the problem. I was did not have time or nowhere to go for any specialty food.
Do they have something special?
Kansas City has barbecue.
Chicago's got the deep dish.
No,
you know what
not
I mean?
really. Nobody really had anything on this trip. So outside of barbecue in Kansas City, but that was the problem. Was I went on a tour for the Royal Stadium, and I asked the guy, I was hey, so what do you recommend for barbecue? And he's well, I judge a bunch of barbecue, so I can't really tell you. I'm cool, asshole. I just want to fucking know it. Give me what do you think is a good spot for me to go to?
Yeah.
Something that's close. I don't care. Just tell me. I've had barbecue before, obviously.
Yeah, of course, but
was it anything special? And then I found it at a minor league team in Kansas City, Kansas. They had a barbecue. I'm all right, cool. Give me that.
Perfect.
Yeah. But the only problem with it was the rain. I got after St. Louis, I got the rain follow me the entire trip.
Damn. You brought Cleveland weather with you.
I did. It was supposed to be 70 and sunny. I'm like, sweet. Shorts, t-shirt, gotta go. And then it was like 50, 60 and rain and overcast. I'm like, awesome. I'm tent camping for most of this.
Yeah, dude, that blows.
Yeah. So I got 2 nights where I had to get hotels because I wasn't planning for it.
Extra funds.
Kind of. Yeah. So cheap hotel and like, Tulsa, Oklahoma, because they said like flash flood warnings the entire time.
Yeah.
They had a cool Bob Dylan museum though.
Ugh.
Or Woody Guthrie Museum, if you like that. Yeah, I don't know. Why went in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
We already know how my feelings are. And it's actually funny that you're bringing up Bob Dylan because later on, after we're done with yours, because when I was out of town.
No, go ahead.
No. I'll save it. But when I was out of town, I came across some Bob Dylan shit. So we'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you checked out those museums?
Yeah. So, but flash flood warnings all day long. I'm like, not even gonna fucking attempt to go camping. I had the campsites booked, but like, just
do you get refunds for shit like that?
No. I mean, some of them I paid full, and some of them I paid like deposit.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't get a refund for it. It is what it is.
It's fucking dumb.
20, 30 bucks. It's like $30 for a night.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Save some money.
Because it's tent camping.
Yeah. Except for like, I had thrown out, Tomboy threw out all my camping gear like 2 years ago.
Ugh.
That I had from like when I was a kid and like the Boy Scouts and shit. Like, so I was like, fuck, I have to buy all this again.
Damn.
I mean, some of it's cool because I get the upgrade. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to get queen size cot.
You might as well.
I'm going to go enjoy myself.
Yeah.
So I did like glamping camping. Like it wasn't like backpack. It was like load up the back of the car and hit the road. Except it just sucked to set up a tent every day, tear it down every day.
Yeah.
Except for like St. Louis and Kansas City. I had like multiple days there, so it wasn't too bad.
How long was the drive from Lewis to Kansas City? That was your next stop?
So no, I went from St. Louis to Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Because I screwed up my original booking, and I forgot about like the weekend dates. I'm like, oh yeah, from Friday to Sunday, and I'm like, oh wait, that means I have to get out like Sunday morning, not Sunday night. So well, I could get another night or knock off another state, but that's like another 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, fuck it. It's like 6 hours there, 4 hours from Tulsa to Kansas City. Kansas City was 3 hours from St. Louis, so it's not like that much of a difference.
Okay,
Add an extra difference and knock off another state I'm never going to go back to.
Fair enough.
So like that was the whole point of this. It's like all these little one-stop states that I'm like, I'm going to hit it. Bucket list item, check off to the next one, never come back. So
not to cut you off.
No,
I was just thinking that when I was going to say something about Bob Dylan, I feel like I actually did already talk about this because in fact it wasn't where I was just out of town. It was when I was in Louisville, and I think I already talked about that.
I think so.
Yeah. So
what was that again?
There was a bar. It used to be a church.
Oh yeah.
And then they had that giant Bob Dylan portrait like on the outside, and then you go inside and he's got a whiskey apparently.
Okay.
And then I purposely didn't get it. I got the tequila, which I like tequila. Yeah, because I fucking hate Bob Dylan.
That's fine.
But the place is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, quick sidetrack.
Well, like I was more excited for the Woody Guthrie Museum.
Yeah.
There because I was
That's cool.
Just starting to like kind of get into them a little bit more, and then like but the problem is like they were like right next to each other. And then Woody Guthrie had like no vinyl or anything like that. Like it was like, oh, all right, there's no tchotchkes that I actually wanted there. So I was like, all right, we'll go to the Bob Dylan one. And both of them were like, the nice thing was because I was running late and it was like with an hour before closing time, they're like, hey, you can go in for free. I'm like,
sick.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't mind this at all. I'm like, oh, I'll go to the Bob Dylan one too for free. Thank you, sir. And then so I got a hotel that night, just hung out, which was cool because I needed it. Because the one problem with tent camping I also forgot about was when the sun comes up, you're up.
Oh yeah, that blows.
And the birds wake you up, and the the noise everywhere wakes you up.
Especially if you were been like drinking all the night before.
Oh yeah, well I wasn't really drinking too much. Yeah.
I figured for this obviously, but if you go like weekend camping with like a bunch of friends, dude, and you guys are up till fucking 2-3 in the morning, and then it's 7 a.m.,
6 a.m., 7 a.m.
Yep, sun's blasting in your tent. It's hot as fuck. The birds are fucking chirping. You're like, ugh.
And when I rolled up in St. Louis originally, I was happy because I was like, oh, cool, I'm by myself, like in the tent area.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to my buddy's house to go visit him, and then came back and was like, somebody was setting up at like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, fuck, I have neighbors.
That blows.
Yeah, and they have little kids too.
Oh, even like, worse.
Fuck, kids are waking me up.
Even worse.
Oh yeah, little like 5-year-old girls like, hi, I'm so and so. You want to hang out? I'm like, I just want to like make breakfast and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, go back to your home. Go back to your shanty.
Yeah. I mean, like nice family, but this is like,
yeah,
I don't want people right now.
No.
Like the whole point is I didn't want people. I mean, like I was staying in RV park, so it wasn't like anything like crazy. So they had like nice bathrooms and shit like that, but like it was just like it's just like I don't want people. Like just leave me alone.
Yep.
But from there I went to Kansas City for 2 days. To Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
They're 15 minutes apart.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm like, cool, 2 states. Awesome. Except for I had to rush to Kansas City, set up a tent, then go to the Royals game, and it was completely downpouring.
So was it delayed?
No.
Do they have a dome?
No.
They just do it in the rain?
They just did it in the rain. No thunder, no lightning, so play ball. The problem was I bought a whole rain suit just in case like I had to set everything up in the rain, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's Memorial Day, so there's nothing to do that day too. And I totally forgot it in my car because I totally forgot I even bought the thing.
Oh man!
So I had to buy a poncho to go like sit in the seat that I bought like $60.
Did you park like far away from the field?
No, but there was no
can't get back in.
Can't get back in.
That's so dumb.
$10 poncho. I'm like, yeah,
no,
whatever. But because it was Memorial Day, and my whole plan was like, cool, I'm gonna go to the campsite and just hang out. But it's completely downpouring, so not gonna just sit in the tent for like 12 hours by myself.
Did you find like a little bar or something?
End up going to the movies. Found a movie theater
nice.
in Kansas.
What'd you see?
That movie Sinners.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I saw
it. Very good.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to spoil anything, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Because when you're first watching, I went in blind.
Okay.
And I thought it was just going to be this kind of movie.
Yeah.
And then you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, we're doing this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, great job. I liked it.
Yeah. I was kind of spoiled for it, but I was like, whatever. I'm cool with it. Like sometimes like knowing that is like helps with it a little bit, but.
So you didn't want to go see Lilo and Stitch instead?
I not by myself. With a bunch of children. I was trying to avoid the children. Outside of my buddies' kids who were awesome in St. Louis, I was like, I'm cool without doing anything with kids.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's cool. It's fine to like go to movies by yourself, but to go to a child's movie,
yeah, exactly,
by yourself as a grown ass man.
Yeah, so will I see one of those things? For sure. Will I see it at home? For sure. That's why I pay for Disney Plus to watch movies at home.
Fair enough.
And most movies go to the fucking online like 2 weeks after they get out of theaters
absolutely,
anyway. So not a big deal. So the next day went to take tours of the Royal Stadium, the Negro Leagues Museum, and the Kansas City Chiefs Arrowhead.
Nice.
Like the second oldest NFL stadium.
Uh-huh.
So that was cool. The like tour guide for hated like the Taylor Swift questions because everybody's asking about that. So
what's the Taylor Swift question?
So for those who aren't total sports or Taylor Swift,
not me.
Yeah,
I'm all about sports, so I know.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
Bro,
yeah. But the listeners probably
for those
don't know.
who don't know, no. So Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce, who plays for the Chiefs, and then started showing up to all the games like last year, the year before, and then they started showing her on TV. So all the fucking Swifties or whatever are like obsessed with watching her. Like, oh, is she on? Is she on? Is she on? Like my little goddaughter will be like, oh, I want to see when Taylor's on. Like she didn't care about the football, but
right.
Some girls are getting into football, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
if
it could
that's
be
what
their
gets you in.
What do you call it? Like the gateway
Yeah.
into football.
into like in the the Chiefs or whatever who are like just win the Super Bowl all the time and all that. So there was like, oh, is that where she sits? It's like, yeah, that's where somebody sits. And I'm like, cool. Like you just like are that spiteful or whatever, So I'm like, all right, fine. It was cool. It was doing a couple of tours. Negro League's museum was cool. I've been wanting to see that for a few years.
Yeah.
It was a little smaller than I thought it would be, and I kind of went through it real fast.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm by myself, I'm like, I can do a museum in 5 minutes, or I can do it like in 2 hours if I really want to drag it out.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But that was cool. And then off to Omaha, Nebraska. Absolutely nothing to do there.
That's what I heard.
Yep.
So I feel like a lot of people talk shit about Ohio. It's like there's nothing there. It's just corn. That's it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's actually how it is for Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska was kind of just like a chill day. Like, I'm going to take my city time to get there, set my tent up, go to the game, and then go home. Like, that's all it really was. It's just like all right, cool. I went to a record store out there.
Pick up anything good?
The Brian Setzer Orchestra.
The what?
Do you remember the Brian Setzer Orchestra?
Brian? No.
The jump, jive, and wail, like the swing.
Oh, yeah.
The swing guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I found that on vinyl. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Sick. I didn't know that's what they were called. I know that song, but
yeah. He was in the Stray Cats.
Yeah. Stray Cats. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
It was a solo project, like after that, and did the jump drive. Like when the one summer, like I think 97 when swing was popular, or 98. Yeah.
It's when like Cherry Poppin' Daddies were coming out and all that.
Exactly. Big Bad Booty Daddy.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it's like first time ever on vinyl. I'm like, fuck it. Like, why not?
Yeah, sure.
I tried to find something odd that I've never seen before.
Yep.
Or something local. And that was the only record store I actually went to. So I was like, all right, didn't have time to go to the other ones, but was just trying to kill time and go do something.
Yep.
They had a cool neighborhood, but I couldn't really spend too much time there. So from there, I had to get up super early, 5 a.m. So that's why I didn't do too much there. To drive 5 hours to the Field of Dreams movie site.
Interesting.
Yeah, middle of fucking nowhere, Iowa.
Yeah.
Literally 5 hours to there and 3 hours to Des Moines, where I was staying.
Was it cool though? Or just kind of like,
yeah. I was probably overhyped for it, so it didn't hit like where I wanted to. I pull in and they want to start panhandling as soon as you pull in. They're like, we take donations, keep this thing going, yada yada yada. And I'm like, all right,
it's just a field, lady. Get out of here.
Well, it's the house that shot the movie in and everything like that. And I'm like suggested $20 donation. I'm like, that's fine, whatever.
Suggested $20?
Oh, that was suggested before she started doing her.
I'll be like, eat my butt. I have $1 and some change.
Yeah,
you can have that.
It's fine. And like, I was fully paying. Like, I'll pay $20 to get in. Like, that's fine. I thought that's just the whole mission.
Okay.
And she's like, well, if you want some dirt, it could be $50 or like dirt from the field. I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm like, I saw the movie twice, dude. Like, I like the movie fine. Like, I would watch it if it's on. I'm not gonna I'm not that obsessed with it.
I saw it once when I was a kid, and I barely remember it.
Okay. It's but
you're the baseball person.
Good father-son story based around baseball, which is cool. So, but then they like MLB had their own game there, so they built their own field there just to kind of celebrate the movie and whatnot. And so there was like a gate that like part of the chain link fence and stuff like that. They like made a plaque out of it. They're like, for $150. I'm like, fuck you, lady.
Oh my god.
I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just giving you 20. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I got a little pin.
Cool.
So
I'll give you $20 to just let me in and leave me alone.
Yeah, pretty much. And then went to the house and they were like, $20 for the tour. I'm like, all right, you already got me involved with the balls. I don't, whatever.
Oh, so they got you.
Oh yeah, they got me.
Was it cool inside?
Yeah. It's an old farmhouse. Like, it's set in, I don't remember when the movie was set in, but like maybe the 80s. I mean, I know it's shot in the 80s, but I don't know if it was set in the 80s or something.
I don't remember.
30s or 80s. Anyways, there's nothing like special to the house. Like, the field's there and it's cool, but the problem was I went the wrong time of year. So the whole point is like, the ghost players walk through the cornfield to play, and then when they're done, they go back to the cornfield. It's like the gateway to heaven is like kind of the whole point of the movie, or for like the ghost, whatever. And because they're true Iowans, as they said, quote unquote, they won't put fake corn up. And I went the wrong time of year, and the corn stalks are all dead, like are gone. They're all just going. So like,
I mean, at least their integrity's there.
I mean, yeah, but
if you're gonna have a fucking attraction and charging people outrageous money,
at least have a little fake one set up so I can like go through it as a photo op and then be done with it.
Yeah,
charge me another $20. I don't give a shit. But no, they're like, oh, no true Iowan would do that. I'm like, you're missing out, but okay.
Yeah.
So it was fine, but it was like, dude, I drove an extra 3 hours to come here.
That sucks.
I mean, they had.
I mean, it is what it is.
They had yeah. It was. I was happy I went. Would I ever go again? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but you can check it off your bucket.
Check
list.
it off the bucket list. So I'm like, because if not, I'm like, I'm gonna have FOMO and not go.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, people can play catch and stuff like that, and they have like
oh, you don't say.
I mean, no, they had like gloves and stuff for like people to play or whatever. So families were playing, and I'm like, that's cool. I mean, like if I had somebody with me, maybe I would, but
yeah,
whatever.
Maybe if you had a child, like a little son.
Yeah.
Right. I guess father son. That's a story.
That's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, you want to catch?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It was. I mean, like it was cool. It was. They had a store in the barn and everything like that, but like they were super panhandling every little thing. They're like, well, we have our own restaurant. We know you drove like far away from come here because we're in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, no, I could Google Maps of McDonald's. And, no, I had a Hardee's because I haven't had that in like fucking 20-something years. Like, all right, it was fine.
Yeah.
I forgot to say, I had Whataburger for the first time.
Yeah, what'd you think?
All right.
I had it, I'd say it's been probably roughly 10 years or so.
Yeah.
I was down in Houston.
Okay.
And I had it, and I was like, yeah,
it's a burger place.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, no different than... I think it's more the hype of the Whataburger.
Yeah. I mean, it's also one of those things like, it didn't feel like super greasy to me.
Yeah, it was it was fine burger.
Yeah.
Nothing not too greasy. Not like one of those like gourmet burgers that like cost you $9 and then you have to pay for fries on top of it.
No, I mean it didn't
$15 for a burger and fries.
Yeah, I mean it didn't blow my skirt up, but like it wasn't terrible.
No.
Also, I think that was the first time that I saw that. Have you seen those ketchup packets? They're kind of like little plastic kind of like bowl things where you like they're like the shape of like a bottle.
Oh yeah. I get them from fucking Cane's all the time.
Okay, so yeah, I haven't had that in forever. So yeah,
one of those, I have Cane's right up the street from my house. So
gotcha.
Like, that's why.
Yeah, that's the first time that I don't know if they were just coming out, but I was like,
they might have been.
You guys have ketchup packets like this down here? I'm like, what the fuck is going on in Houston?
Hell yeah.
Everything's bigger than Texas, right? Your ketchup packets are bigger than ours.
Yeah. It was like I was saying, it was like, I was in Kansas City and I saw like an advertisement at the Royals game. I'm like, wait, you have Whataburger down here? Sweet. Like, let me try it. The only other thing I saw that I wanted to try, but I was such a rush and I fucking hated it, was Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's?
Do you know about Buc-ee's?
No.
Okay, so it's somewhat becoming super popular and like travel people and whatnot. It's like a almost like a Sheetz in the South and Florida and yeah, it's but they have their own like fucking. It's like a Walmart inside this gas station.
Huh.
It's huge. They have like all sorts of food and whatnot. And I want to go to a proper Buc-ee's stop.
Okay.
But I just needed to stop to pee, and I was kind of running late, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a million people here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have more teeth than everybody here. I was like, I probably should have stopped. But stop somewhere else. And the other one that pissed me off because I was super late and kind of missed it was in Missouri. They had Uranus, Missouri.
Nice.
And they
can actually say you've been to Uranus?
Yeah. And I didn't stop. I didn't have time to stop. I didn't have time to stop. But they played into it like exactly. They're like, get your fudge in Uranus. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. They were advertising it like on all the highway signs. I'm like, all right, well played.
I
But
feel like I saw videos come across my feeds, and it was like a commercial, and they're
Yeah.
just, you can like get socks in Uranus, or
Yeah.
get your fudge packed in Uranus. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my goodness,
It's a
it's
little
good.
like podunk, like all you have is this is all they really have is just this advertising like section, like a almost the size of like I guess a mini mall, and then it's all just Uranus this, Uranus that. And I'm like, all right, well played, but I'm glad I didn't stop there. As I saw it on the highway, I'm like, no, I'm cool.
You should have.
I should have, but like I said, I poorly planned it where I didn't have time for myself to do anything because I was like,
get a tomboy in Uranus.
Yeah, exactly. Hey-o. Yeah, I was fine. It was just like another boring state with nothing to do.
Yeah,
but I opted to skip out on the camping because I did the morning where I had to get up at 5 a.m. and drive.
Yep.
It would have been the same thing. Rush to a campsite, set it up, do whatever I got to do, or, come back, go to sleep as fast as possible, get up at 5 a.m. and hit the road because I had another 7 hours to Indianapolis.
Ugh.
And the problem with Indianapolis was, so I decided, you know what? Like, I'll get a hotel room. Fuck it. Like,
that's what I would have done.
I can skip this. I get one that's closer to the baseball stadium I was going to versus a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me take this, get a good night's sleep, get a good shower. Fuck it.
Yep.
Except for the campgrounds from kept calling me 2 days in a row.
Oh,
because I didn't show. I didn't know call the show.
Was he murdered?
Yeah, they're like, oh well, if you're coming in late, we'll just hear from you. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like the place in Oklahoma did that, and they left me alone afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I paid the full price or whatever. I think I paid a deposit for a site, and oh no, I'm sorry, I messed up and I booked 2 sites. But I was like, oh, when I get there, I'll just whatever, I'll figure it out. So I paid for a full site, really. But they must have thought like, oh well, he didn't show up Thursdays. Maybe it was a Friday thing. So they kept calling me. I'm like, I'm not answering. Fuck off. They're like, well, you owe us $50. I'm like, fuck you. I owe $50.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he cut off. I like pull up my bank statement. Like, yep, they charged me $50 for it. And I'm like, fuck.
That's fucked.
But I was like, I don't feel like dealing with people, so I'm not calling.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's already done.
I spent too much money this weekend or that whole week, so fuck it. But the problem was, so I'm supposed to be in Indianapolis at 3:00 to go to the Colts football stadium.
Yeah.
Take a tour. Prepaid that. It was like $20. The problem was Google Maps said I'd be there if I leave at 7 to be there at 2. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got time. I went to McDonald's, got the gas, hit the road, driving along, and I look at my phone. I'm like, why does it now say 3? I forgot they switched time zones.
Time zone.
The time zones were good on the way down, bad on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I'm supposed to get there at 3. I have tickets at 3. So I waited till like a reasonable time to call them at like 11 or noon or whatever. And I was like, hey, I'm kind of running late. What's your policy? And they're like, you have 15 minutes after, we close the gates at 3:15. I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make it.
And this is for, what was this for?
Taking a tour of the Colts football stadium.
Okay, gotcha.
Just as something to do while I was there. Like, why I'm in the town, why not?
Sure.
I was going to do that in the Indianapolis 500 Museum. I'm not a race car guy, but like, I'm like, when you're in a town that it's what famous for, you go do the thing.
Yeah, you know what they say. When in
When
Indianapolis.
No race. Hey. I don't know. It was cool. So I did that instead and then skipped the football stadium, and I'm like, and then just drove 5 hours home. Yeah, that was it.
Snap.
Got home, and then immediately, like, as soon as I literally pulled in, like, you know what, I'm going to take a nap. And woke up from my nap, and death hit me. Just the biggest head cold I've ever had. I'm like, what the fuck?
I can't imagine. I mean, how many people you're probably around, and also surviving off of Red Bulls and fast food.
Yeah,
your sleep schedule's probably fucked.
I tried to eat healthy.
Yeah,
I brought a bunch of stuff, but I never made a fire. I never had time to make fire because it was raining anytime I hit some downtime, and I was like, I bought all this camping gear, and I'm like, I mean, some of it I use most of it, but it was like, I pre-packed like lunches every day that I was like eating while I'm on the car, but it was fine. I mean, I wouldn't do it again. Like, obviously, I won't go to this place again, but like, definitely, I would be like, give me a day where I can travel and then just kind of relax that day.
Yeah.
And then a day to go do the sightseeing and then maybe get up in the next day and then travel and then sightsee. Yeah. Because trying to do everything all at once, which is, like I said, 100% my fault. But yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. 7 days or 8 days, 6 dates, 3,000 miles.
That's still pretty impressive. That's a lot of stuff you got.
Bought a bunch of baseballs. They'll sit on a shelf or in a box or whatever.
Yeah.
All the tchotchkes. I'm all about the tchotchkes where I have to get a shot glass wherever I go.
Yeah, we do that when we travel. Shot glass, magnet.
Oh, yeah, you got me a sweet one from Mexico. I love that one. I had that on my desk.
Sick.
Because I'm like, no, this one stays special out of the rest of them.
Nice.
I was trying to get you one, but it was nothing but boring ones. And I'm like, you would not even,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean,
nothing funny, nothing like, nothing
stuck
pizza.
out. Yeah.
That I like, gotta get it.
It's all right. There's always the next time.
Yeah. The only thing that I did was like, if you're ever in St. Louis, don't go up in the arch. It's so boring. You pay like $20 or something like that. I've been to the arch a handful of times, but I've never been up in it. So you get this little pod, and I don't know how they have 5 seats in there. Being this one guy from Australia was in there, like, because we're like the only 2 like single riders or whatever. There's no way that like 5 people could fit in unless it's like small children or whatever. But you ride the pod, you go up to the top, and you're just in a hallway, and they block it off halfway. You just look out the little windows. That's all it is.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, real awesome. Yeah. But that was I mean, it was one of those like, all right, I did it, cool. And my buddy's wife's like, how'd you like it? I'm like, it sucked. And she's like, yeah, I could have told you that. And I'm like, you did the one time I was down here, but I was like, I
had to do it for myself.
Had to just go up there and do it.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the epic road trip for this kind of boring. But if you're not into baseball or sightseeing or whatever.
Hey, man, as long as you had fun, it was your trip.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like something I said, just check it off like 6 states that outside of St. Louis, I probably never go back to.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, but you went on a trip too, right? Not that long ago?
Yeah.
A little bit earlier, but.
Yeah, we went to New York for like the weekend.
What part? Downtown?
We went to a couple different places.
Like the New York City or like
yeah. So I've never been to New York City before.
Okay.
Jess has a handful of times because she's originally from Connecticut. So she was
East
fucking
Coaster,
taking trains, back and forth.
That's like us going to Columbus or something like that. Yeah.
Right. And we were talking with Boo and Nat, who have been previously on episodes. They're like, we're going down to like New York for the weekend. They wanted her folks are from there.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna go down there and visit. And we're like, oh, cool. Can we like hitch a ride with you? Because I've never been to New York City, and her family's from the Bronx.
Okay.
So we rode with them. Did like the road trip with them, which I think was probably roughly about 7 or 8-ish hours.
Yeah, it's about 8 hours.
Somewhere in there.
9 hours, yeah.
It wasn't terrible. But we booked a hotel like literally like outside of Times Square.
Okay.
And so like we hung out with them for a little bit. Then we basically took trains, got to our hotel. And this was like on Friday. So then we kind of like walked around Times Square, and I was like, okay, like this is cool, I guess, like
what you see on TV and everything.
Yeah. And I honestly, I feel like I was not super stoked. And I think because what Jess made a great point is because I've already been to Tokyo. And Times Square does not seem as cool when you've been to Tokyo and see the fucking crazy lights and shit there. It was cool. Like, right. It's one of those things like I got to experience it. I could say, hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like nowhere near as cool as
Disneyland or Geauga Lake.
yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Because Cedar Point's kind of cool, so
right.
I don't want to knock that.
Yeah, you can't knock that. But yeah, it was. I mean, like Friday was just kind of chill, like get some food,
Okay.
you know, and just kind of check around some things in the area. Had to get a street dog. But
Corey, you love your street meat.
I do. I love street meats, dude. Street meats rule. Jess is a big fan too, which is awesome.
I'm always wary because I'm like, is this gonna fuck it?
It's gonna make me sick. Fuck it.
Yeah.
When in New York, right?
Oh yeah, I had hot dogs the entire hot dogs for dinner every night.
Yeah. Especially all the games and shit.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
All right, give me that burger and give me a hot dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking love hot dogs. Yeah, but then we like ended up meeting up with Drew from Adults.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he lives in a different part of New York, but he just so happened for a couple weeks was like 20 minutes away from us.
Nice.
So we're like, couldn't fucking plan that on
Perfect
any better.
timing.
Yeah. So Boo and Nat did some family stuff during the day. They came out and we all met up and hung out with Drew, and he took us around to like a couple cool places. There was a bar, I think it was called like Alligator or something.
Okay.
But like every drink that you get, they give you, you know, like those like little red tickets you get for like raffles and shit.
Yeah.
They give you one of those every drink you get, and there's a little area where they make the brick oven pizzas, like little personal size, like four little adorable
like a personal
size.
pan pizza.
Yeah,
coming out of a brick.
Yes, and it's like each
Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, like each size of the slice was like the size of like a baby's hand. They're just little. They're just like little baby slices. And I was like, whoa, this is, and it was good too. I was like, this is crazy. They had like karaoke going on in the bar in the back. But I wanted to get a second drink and they handed me another ticket. I was like, wait, do you get this with every drink? And they're like, yeah. And I go,
free pizza with every drink?
Yes. You get a free personal little pan with every drink you buy.
I would never leave that.
Yeah. But I was like, I was already stuffed because I like,
well, yeah, I get
earlier, and then I ate
but
that.
I'm like, let's go back to pizza place.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Is like you could save those tickets to go back the next night, right?
Good.
Yeah, it was good though for just something like that. You'd think it'd be some like generic ass, whatever.
Like, frozen pizzas,
but it's a fucking no. We were watching them cook that shit and like pulling it out of the brick ovens. I was like, this is impressive for a fucking bar. I wish Cleveland had shit like that. But yeah, I mean that was kind of it. We hung out, got super drunk, took the trains back to our place. The cool thing is that we were talking, like, I just wanted to get like a genuine fucking New York slice, right?
Okay.
And so I fucking we got off the trains and we were walking up the street heading back to our hotel.
So you went to Sbarro.
Obviously.
Yeah. The best New York pizza of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we just so happened to look over and we see this line and we look over and there's it's called Original Joe's Pizza.
Okay.
We're like, fuck it, let's get in there. So we got in there and we waited in the line and it wasn't too bad of a wait. It's all just drunk people, right? Mm-hmm. And inside there's photos everywhere of like Pee Wee Herman's been there, and Van Halen and Danny DeVito, whatever. So we got a couple of slices and they're fucking awesome. They're so good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. The Saturday, we went to the Empire State Building.
Okay.
The museum was actually really fucking cool.
Is it really?
I was actually thoroughly impressed. I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna go into a really tall building and then look out.
Yeah, like me doing this,
over the edge.
The Arch in St. Louis.
Right.
Cool. It's a fucking building. Right?
Exactly. And again, I'm like, I already did this in Tokyo. You know, and I've also done it in Chicago. Yeah, there's like a fucking tall ass fucking building in Tokyo, and it's like you can look over the edge and all that. And so it was cool. But the museum, I was actually like thoroughly impressed. And of course, you get a bunch of fucking families in there that are like walking really slow, and like their children are just grabbing onto everything, and you're like, get the fuck out of the way! Like you're ruining the whole fucking experience. They don't give a shit either.
Oh,
they do not give a fuck that you're like,
hey, yo, I'm walking here.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I don't think they were from New York.
Oh,
they were
sure
definitely tourists for sure. But that was cool. We stopped by like the 9/11 memorial.
Never forget.
Yep, never forget. We didn't go through the museum because we heard it's super sad, which I'm sure it is.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and Jess is like, I don't feel like crying today, and I go, yeah, let's not do that.
Can I have a side question? So, story. Did you go to DC when you were like 8th grade or whatever? Like everybody. School. Okay.
Yeah, I never made it because I moved around to so many schools. So like, I left one school before they left, and when I got to the next school, they had already gone. Yeah.
Okay. So, back in my day, when I went to, it was like 8th grade, so it would have been like 98. South Park was a huge thing,
Yeah.
and like I had a couple of my friends were like, kept making the Jew joke, like, oh, don't Jew me over,
Yeah.
from South Park. And then we went to the DC Museum for the Holocaust Museum, and nobody made a Jew joke after.
Oh, I can imagine.
Everybody stopped. Like one of my buddies said it. It's like we all was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Did you not see like? Yeah. So that's
yeah.
Like, can't make 9/11 jokes again. Fuck.
Nope. So it's funny too is that like there is like a little bar or restaurant that was right there. And we're like,
Okay.
cool, let's grab lunch and a couple drinks. Got hot dogs. But they have like patches of like all of these like different fire departments and police departments
that
from like all over the U.S. and other countries were coming over here just to show their respects. Like they would bring like a patch.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was a bunch of people from like different fire departments that were coming to New York to go help out. Like even from like out here, in Cleveland. There were I don't know how many actually went out there, but like I know some people were like just go relieve them for like an hour.
Yeah. So that was really cool to see. The New York attitude, we didn't really experience much, but did come across at least one or so, and this shit's fucking annoying. It's just the arrogance is so fucking dumb.
Oh my god.
We were like, so what's funny is that like we were sitting there at this bar, and there's a picture of this guy like on the back of the bar, and it looks kind of like a memorial. Like, we're like, okay, maybe that's somebody that like died during 9/11, whatever the case is. And then Jess looks over, and there's the fucking guy wearing the exact same shirt he's in the photo. And she's like, what the fuck?
It's Dead Boy Johnny over here.
And Jess like, what the fuck? And he's like, what's going on? She's like, she points to the photo, points to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, I thought that was a memorial photo. I thought you were dead. And he's like, no, like that's just, I don't know who that guy is, like making whatever jokes. And we're like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, oh yeah. He's like, so where are you guys from? We're like, oh, Cleveland. He's like, yeah, never been. And I was like, yeah, man, if you get a chance, come to Cleveland, man. There's fucking great food and awesome music, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nah, I could just stay here and get drunk. And I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
New York's better than everywhere else. Suck my dick.
A bar is a bar anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So, like,
which is true, but like
outside of like the few aesthetics and like, but like you're ordering the same drinks you order at home for the most part, unless you're like, well, I'm in, whatever. Like you went to Ireland. Well, I got to get Guinness because I'm here.
Right.
But like, New York bar is no different than.
Right. Every city's the same thing. Like bars,
what are you gonna
people,
order,
houses. Yeah. But I mean, like, we have an awesome like food selection here. We got the Rock Hall. We have fucking Christmas Story House.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of cool shit that we have. Cedar Point.
It's
you know
like
what I mean?
A weekend. You could do a long weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get everything in.
And get a lot.
If you want to do Cedar Point, maybe an extra, 4 days.
Sure.
But you can knock out everything in 4 days. Like New York is so massive that you probably have to spend a week to see every little thing.
Yeah, no, we were only there for the weekend, and there's a bunch of shit.
Just the 2 or 3 touristy things.
Like I wanted to go to the Ghostbusters headquarters.
Yeah,
and we didn't have time for it.
Oh, we'll go.
Yeah. So I'm definitely planning on like going back for sure. But and then so speaking of South Park, we went and saw the Book of Mormon.
Oh fuck yeah,
dude! It was hilarious.
I've never seen it or heard any of the song. I've kind of just stayed away from it because I want to like just go see it, whatever. But then I think it came to town, but I found out late and sold out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It was
great, man. Like, you should definitely like if we go back to New York, I would totally watch it again if you want to.
Oh, for sure, if it's still there.
Yeah. It's Broadway.
Yeah, so it's gonna rotate.
Yeah, because I heard that they like retired Cats, I guess, and after like an X amount, or it wasn't Cats, it was the
same thing,
Wicked or something like that. So it's been on Broadway for like 50 years or something. Yeah.
Cats, I understand.
Maybe it was Cats. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But so this has been on for a while. So it was cool.
That's cool.
It was funny though because when you go to shows like that, you get all kinds of people in there.
Oh yeah.
But there was a point where I went to go take a piss, and there was a guy standing at the urinal. And so like it's like I don't know, it's a weird setup. Like when you walk in, the sinks are to the right.
Okay.
And then there's urinals like right across from it, like 4 or 5 of them. And there was a guy standing at the urinal, like right across from the door. And then, so I walk down a few, the guy rules.
Yeah.
And I start pissing. And then the guy.
River Jesus.
Yeah. So the guy turns around and goes to like the sink, and he's like standing there and like turns on the water. And I was like, okay, I guess he's done pissing. Don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
So then I turn around and start washing my hands, and then he goes back to the urinal. I think to start probably either pissing because he was pee shy, like
Yeah,
you know what I
maybe.
mean? Which I just thought, just in that moment, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like it was just really weird.
Okay.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna wash my hands and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But-
I don't blame you, Dan. Like, if you do anything outside of just go do your business and then, you're gonna try to conversation or whatever, and like get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
I hate that. Like, just leave me alone. Let me pee.
Yep. I mean, I'm not.
Unless you're
pee shy,
fucking with
so-
your buddies and like dropping trow and like while you're at the urinal and-
Third grade it.
oh yeah, fuck yeah. I've done that. At least.
And then of course, there's more New York attitude. Jess was walking over to like the liquor store. And this was like actually Saturday morning. I just thought about this, but like, she went to go get like a bottle of booze, and they said that they opened up at like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And Jess is there at like 10:30, and she's like, okay, I guess this place is closed. And as she's about to walk away, some guy comes over and like goes to like lift open like the gate. He starts opening up, and Jess is like, how long is it gonna be until like you're open? Right? She's thinking like,
Yeah,
you
she's
gotta
trying to
get
be
in,
polite.
open the
Yeah.
door, get the register started, whatever the case is. But she asks that, and the guy goes, don't you have eyes? Observation, baby. Observation. She goes, okay, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then just walked on the block to another liquor store.
So what did he mean by observation? Just
Like, can't you see that I'm opening up the door? It's open. You
she's
can
like,
come in here.
Do you need 5 more minutes? You wanna?
That's what she was basically like
Fucking
trying to
assholes,
say
yeah.
without saying it. But that's what I'm saying. He's just like, can't you fucking see what I'm doing? I'm obviously opening up the store right now.
I assure you, we're open.
Yeah.
Fucking Randall from like opening 22
Yeah.
hours late.
Yeah. Also, it's really funny with the way that people say Mario over there, which I feel like
Mario?
we talked about it with like Bagel. Yeah. Mario.
Mario. Yeah.
Mario, which is so weird to me.
That's just the New York, Jersey thing. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Yeah.
We have to get somebody that's actually from New York.
Or Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can ask Nat. She's from there. She grew up there.
Yeah, but she don't have the accent.
She doesn't, but
I think they also say aunt instead of aunt.
that is a New England thing.
That's a New England
Jess
thing?
says
Okay.
aunt, yeah. But
That might just be an East Coast. Yeah.
no, but my cousin's name is Mario,
Uh-huh.
and I've heard, and somehow Nat actually knows him, like not through me, but she's like, yeah, like your
Oh,
cousin.
all you towns don't know.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. And she's like, yeah, like your cousin Mario, blah blah blah. She says Mario. She doesn't say
Yeah.
Mario.
Maybe she's been too far out. I don't know how long she's been out here for.
I think since at least college.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm
But
gonna,
like you said, just because you're from New York, like just from like Connecticut, but you don't have a Boston accent, like an accent.
no. Well, she was kind of going back and forth between Cleveland and Connecticut, like
Yeah,
because she went to college out here.
But even in
and
certain
then
parts of like,
visiting
even
family,
like,
and
I know certain parts of like Massachusetts doesn't have the like the Boston accent or whatever.
yeah,
Just because you're from Boston doesn't mean you have the accent.
yeah.
Or New York, you don't have the accent. So.
That's I guess that's true. But they definitely just do whatever the fuck they want out there. Like,
Oh,
I'm
Spider-Man, I'm walking here.
There's when we were in Times Square, we were like just kind of sitting there, just kind of watching everything. There's
Yeah.
so many people just hanging out there, just smoking joints,
Yeah.
just fucking smoke. I was like, this smells like weed everywhere.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've heard also like it's weed and garbage. If you get the right like,
Oh, there was
whiff of the, like the-
yeah, there was
uh,
definitely whiffs
wind or
of
whatever.
piss and
yeah,
different
the wind
areas.
blows one certain way. It's like oh, there's a homeless guy pissing. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then also more street meats.
Yeah.
Jess got this like lamb over like rice like bowl thing,
Okay.
and we're standing in line. We put the order, and we're standing there, and all of a sudden, this fucking car, like some like it looks like a drug dealer's car, just fucking backs up like right like halfway on the curb, halfway hanging out in the street, while we're like literally at a corner of an
Yeah.
intersection, like kind of blocking, like cars turning or having to like drive around it, and just parks right there, gets out. He comes over to the food stand and just orders a Pepsi, like a can of Pepsi, and then gets back in his car and leaves.
Of course.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on
Because there's
here?
enough people who think they own the road as it is, but like that is truly like owning the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you all. Hit my car. Dare you.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck? The guy was probably had a gun, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. I mean, you don't pull that move without having a gun because,
yeah.
so somebody's going to say something.
Yep. And then let's see, one other last thing.
Did you see any like Times Square celebrities like the Naked Cowboy and the
We did see the Naked Cowboy.
people dressed up as characters? Like
We
asking
did.
for money?
Jess got photos of the Naked Cowboy. We saw different people dressed
Did he
up. Like
ask for money for doing that?
he was just standing in a spot. Like
Okay.
He had like a little bucket in front of him, but
Yeah.
that was it. And there's people dressed up like the Bumblebee from Transformers and like
Elmo. that's,
Jack
like,
Sparrow.
had way too many drinks.
yeah. There's like all like the normal like typical
cracked out
stuff.
Elmo
Yeah,
and Jack Sparrow.
yeah. And then there's like a little area you can get like there's I'm doing this in quotes, but like professional photographers that like you can pay and then they'll take your photo like in Times Square. You know, like those like really nice photos. Like I don't need that. Like
Oh, I know. There's
I
like
have a
bridge
brand
in-
new phone.
There's a bridge in Brooklyn like that. It's just like a whole like alleyway, and all it is like you get a perfect shot of the Brooklyn Bridge, and
Mhm.
people just go up there, and it's all just like tourists that just go there, take photos.
Yeah, but this is someone walking around with like a really nice
yeah,
camera, and they have like a little booth area set up with like the lights and everything. Yeah, it's like fuck you, I'm not
Give me
paying
my
for
credit card.
that. No, fuck you. We did also one of the things that was on the list. There was so many things that I wanted to do that we just didn't have time. You can't get it done in like 2.5 days.
Right.
You know, it was a Friday to Sunday deal. But we went to a sex museum.
Go on.
Like
The history of sex?
Kinda like when you walk in, it's just it's a porn shop.
Okay.
And then you basically show them like your ticket, and then you like go up these stairs, and then it's like there's like multiple floors. So like the first floor like had things like Hugh Hefner's like robe and his pipe, and then there was also like one of those like hand drill things. It's like those like big heavy duty ones, but there was a dildo on the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like all kinds. They had like a merkin on display. You know what a merkin is?
No, go ahead.
Merkin is like fake pubes that
okay,
they use it,
okay.
like in the
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
like a little pubic wig.
Yeah, yeah.
They cover your vagina or whatever.
Okay.
Just like there was just like random stuff like that in the first floor, and then as you kind of get up, there was like an art floor. You know, like painting and sculptures of naked women and boobs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Then we got to there was like this like I don't remember what the hell was on this floor. It almost kind of started turning into a fun house at one point. But like
Of course it does.
yeah. But there was like I forget what was in this one like floor and room area. They're talking about like back in like carnival days
Okay.
and like the different sex shows, peep shows and shit that they would do.
Oh, like the original P shows.
Yeah, like the OGs, like
Yeah.
like the certain tents and stuff like that, and the history
bearded
behind
lady,
them.
you know?
Yeah, and more ways than one.
Exactly that working.
But like, yeah, you can pay like a couple bucks and watch this like weird 5-minute film, and it's like in like it's like a 4D movie,
Oh, sweet.
and so there's like, and the chairs like move around, and there's points where like dicks are showing up, and cum shots start happening, and you're getting sprayed in the face like a mist from the chair, like you're taking a shot
That's
to the
just
face.
George.
Yeah, you're like it's like all kinds of like shit like that.
This cum tastes real.
This actually tastes like cum. And then you get to the floor where there's like a bunch of games you can play.
Of course. You have to have
And-
games.
Yeah, there's like a game floor, and there's like things for like couples and other things. But Tomboy. But
You're getting way too. Yeah.
they had a glory hole game.
Fuck yeah.
And basically it's set up like
Should have put 100 stickers right on the
oh, I should have. That would have been sweet.
first episode.
Yeah. But I got over there and I got really excited, and the lady that's like kind of running that area, and she's like, have you been here before? I was like, no. I was like, but I've written
Yeah.
this joke into something I've been working on story wise.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before. And she's like, usually it's $5, but go on, go have some fun. and it's like whack-a-mole but with dicks.
Hell yeah, you just jerking them off.
Yes, it's a stall wall that has all the holes. Yeah, so instead of the whack-a-moles coming out, they're just dicks coming out, and you have to yank on them to get points. I was like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. Like, just took a video. I was like, let's go, boys, and just like yanking on all these dicks. I won a prize.
Yeah,
there's a small little blue dick.
Hey,
but it's still hilarious nonetheless. I was like, dude, this is hilarious.
A little bow tie on them.
Yeah, and then you can like go down the stairs to like get out, but there's also this like giant ass. And then
is that how you exit the?
It is a way. It's basically it's a slide. So there's like a big giant ass, and then you can crawl up. You have to like walk up these little things.
I'm imagining like you remember Double Dare?
Oh yeah,
yeah, like the giant nose. You go through, like you have to go through the asshole.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah,
yeah. Nice.
And then you come out, and then you're through like the gift shop where they're selling like vibrators and dildos and what have yous. You know,
I jerked off the thing.
Yeah,
like I got my tchotchke. I'm good.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
who got a better high score? You or Jess?
Jess didn't play.
Come on.
No, I played, but I think I beat the score that was previously there.
Did I break it?
Yeah. What's high score mean? Did I break it? So yeah, that was pretty much my New York trip. I don't know what I'm missing.
So that was just like more like Times Square, and you said the Bronx.
Oh yeah, we did Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the bare minimum, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know fully.
Yeah, I mean, there's
geographical
it all
wise
depends
how
on
New
what
York
you're looking
is laid
for.
out.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm sure there's shit I could have done on my trip, and you could have done on your trip that like it's somebody you would have like more than I would have, but or vice versa. Like so there's a lot of things that people could see.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like wanted to do this trip myself, because I'm like, cool, I can knock out what I want to do and in and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to go back because we didn't even go to like Central Park or Statue of Liberty.
Well, you could probably spend a fucking good week or two in New York, especially if you're gonna throw in like shows and bars and restaurants and whatnot. You have to go to certain spots. So.
Yeah,
that's sweet though.
So yeah, it was fun. Need to go back.
Yeah, I mean, like enough we live close enough that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's all I got, Tomboy.
Sweet. You had fun in yours. I had fun on mine.
Yeah. Well, that being said, I don't know. You guys listening to our trips here. If you have any suggestions on where to check out going back through New York City, hit us up. Tomboy, you said you are not planning on going back to those cities.
Probably the only one in St. Louis, and that's just to go visit friends, but that's probably about it. But I've seen everything. I've been to St. Louis like 5 times, so like that's like I've seen everything there.
Gotcha.
Like there's some cool shit there if you ever want to go. It's like this place called City Museum. It's adult jungle gym. There's like a 4-story building, and it has a giant slide on it. Like it is. They serve beer. You got like there's an indoor skate park. There's a bunch of shit there. It's definitely cool. Worth checking out.
Okay. Oh yeah. I also we walked past the Friends Cafe.
Oh, okay.
But I don't like that show, so I don't give a shit.
Clap.
Yeah, and then there's we were also told that we can go by and check out the Seinfeld restaurant, but I heard that they also said you can go check it out, get your photo, but the food's shit. And I was like, well, I don't like that show either, so I don't care.
That's what pissed me off when I had 21 or for the Drew Carey bar. Like growing up in the
yeah,
the guy who bought the bar decided to change the entire inside. So by the time I got to it, like it was like completely changed.
Dumb. That's how it was for Cheers.
Looks nothing like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you change it?
Mm-hmm. The boys and I, we went to
Cheers in Boston. Yeah.
And we got pictures outside the sign. We're like, cool, let's go inside.
Nothing like it.
Not at all. Not even one single thing.
I mean, you can buy like the Cheers glass, which is cool.
Yeah, they have a gift shop, but I'm like, it doesn't look anything like it.
There's like 3 Cheers though.
There's 2.
2?
And the other one looks more like an Applebee's. Okay. And like the one that has a sign where you walk down the stairs.
So the bar in the show. Like,
no,
it did look like an Applebee's.
No, it didn't. No, it looks like a shitty little tavern. Like when you would walk into the door, there's the big giant rectangle bar there. Yeah. No, when you got down at the bottom of the stairs, there's a host table and like a wall. You got to come down the hallway, and there's just separate different rooms for different tables. It was just like a it was like
okay.
Yeah.
No, because I thought there was like the outside bar, and then there's an inside like the show bar, like that looks like the show.
No.
Maybe I'm just misheard.
We walked to both of them, and neither one of them looked like the inside.
Fair enough.
So I'm like, okay.
Maybe they closed the third one.
Maybe. And I'm like, all right, cool. Here's where you shot the exterior shots, and maybe the inside was a set. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Yep. So either way.
Oh yeah, all those places are always like kind of disappointed. Like,
yeah. We should, if we ever get rich, let's just plan like
this is the
month.
pizza bagels.
Yeah, a whole month of just going to all the places that are from movies.
Oh, I thought we were trying to make our own setup shop and
yeah,
get touristy side.
Yeah, we could do that.
World's best podcast studio in Lakewood, Ohio.
Yeah,
is only by us.
You can pay $20 to come check out our studio for 5 seconds, and then
or you could probably watch us on YouTube eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
Back up.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting that back up soon.
If not, you can subscribe on our podcast.
Yeah. In the meantime, shoot us a text, leave us a voicemail. You got any suggestions for New York City? Send it over.
Or anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Or if you even want to share something that was really funny on some road trip that you took.
Yeah.
You want to tell a story. Send it over to us. 440-363-0121. Nice. At Pizza Bagels Pod and all the social medias. Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Don't
listen to Sublime.
Oh, yeah. Do not listen to Ineffably Sublime.
Except for one episode.
Except for the episode that we were on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to the one they were on.
Those guys are meanies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those meanies are all about.
We did have them on our podcast also, so you can go check them out.
Yeah.
I would say probably roughly 10 episodes back, give or take.
Probably.
Yeah.
Good time.
440-363-0121. Nice. You ready, Tomboy?
I love that shout out last week, by the way.
For what?
You're like, Tommy's not here to say.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah. Okay.
For all the haters that don't like me, go listen to that episode. For those who love me, I'm back.
Back in the New York groove.
Back in the podcast groove.
Yeah.
Yep. Hit the music. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.